Hand pass creatively to the run of head, wants his left side, uses the handball to Miller. South Fremantle just streaming forward. Miller picks his target, executes magnificently and finds Saunders, who doesn't let him down. Good diving mark, and Saunders can shoot at his fourth. You would have heard that before, Judgy?
Yes.
Yeah, as Saunders goes back and has continued his very, very fine form, goal-kicking form and otherwise. Ben Saunders gets his fourth. And South Fremantle, you'd have to say, just about an unassailable lead, and we're not even into time on yet in the third quarter.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So more than 2-1. And again, a rather casual kick-in from Wilson King. Jaden Woods wasn't favoured by it. Knocked away by Burns, who follows up his good work. High kick in towards full forward, and that's a mark.
Gee, that's a good mark.
Yeah, good mark down there by Fowler. He had to camp underneath that footy for a long, long time. Took an interminable time to come down, and he's taken a solid mark here.
He looks like he's got some talent, Fowler.
Yeah.
Plays from behind a lot, Lammy, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one of your problems. If you're going forward inside 50, you need your forwards presenting up. Yeah, it's nice to take marks from behind, but I mean, they're more good luck than good management when you're taking marks from behind. But I mean, that's a good mark. They need a goal. We need to see him presenting himself a bit more.
Kicked one in the first quarter, hasn't played a big part, but certainly seems to have the credentials. Goes back, shoots on goal. It's a belated one by West Perth, but certainly an important one. If they can get, and it's only 23 minutes into the term, if they can get one before three-quarter time, Judgy gives them some hope. Tie in front, won it, knocked further afield, lands with Miller. He was dispossessed. Van Berlo breaks the Bairstow tackle, delivers to half forward. Again, West Perth playing from behind, but this time the ball bounces favourably for Brown, who throws it onto his boot, kicks accurately, and they have got a very, very valuable one just ahead of three-quarter time. They've persevered, West Perth.
Back, calling for a lead from Cork. He decides to go in the Skurza direction. He lost his footing at the crucial moment as he went back to pick it up. Gathers just inside the paint, takes a bounce. He's got LaCroix after him. Just gets a kick away, was taken high. Advantage applied. Sleuth takes a bounce, runs to half forward, kicks goalward, and that is another major for the Dogs, and Sleuth gets his first of the afternoon.
Certainly does set the standard for the workload that he carries. Coonan just used his body to allow Gordon to take possession. He then gave it to Burns, and Burns a short pass to Van Berlo. Squares the ball in towards centre half back. Gordon won't stop running from the defensive side of the centre square. Kicks over the centre circles. Hutchings in front. Second effort, always good. Feeds the hand pass to LaCroix. Caught but kept his arms free, and the ball got it back to Hutchings. He gives it to Bartholomew. Spiral torpedo punt up toward full forward, while camping at the back of the pack where he often is Anthony Saylor, and he just he read that beautifully off hands. So a quick reply by West Perth.
Boundary throw in. Ty at the back, wins the tap. Here's Gordon, and got a hand pass out to Hutchings. Snaps across his body. They need back-to-back goals, West Perth. They won't get it here. They're behind.
Well, disappointing for Hutchings, because that was definitely kickable.
Yep. Got
himself clear. The fact that he was kicking across his body, really not an issue. A lot of the players prefer to do that anyway these days than kick straight. Head's kick had to be straight to get it to Mariana. It was. He lays it off to Borovac. Kicks it up towards the wing. It was a blind kick, and it's been taken there by Zanetti. Plays on with a hand pass to Burns. To a position just forward of the centre circle to LaCroix. He feeds the ball into the path there of Black. Gave it off to Gordon from one step. Gordon very, very high up toward the goal square, and coming in from the side and taking a well-judged mark is Strike. Well, can he land a blow, an important one for West Perth?
He's a good converter, Lammy.
Oh, you won't miss that.
No.
He'll go back and kick this, there's no doubt about it. Strike puts it through for West Perth, so the margin is back to 19 points, and with 10 minutes only played, still plenty of time, and I think their supporters know that.
Burns out of the defensive 50, goes in the LaCroix direction and takes a good mark up in front of Guglielmana.
Yeah, very sure hands, Brent LaCroix. Finds Black, who's been one of their best players. Held onto it for a long time, but released a hand pass to Bartholomew. Goes with a short pass, Crisp. Again, West Perth, you can see their urgency, just needing to play on all the time. Crisp gets the kick up towards Coonan. Hit the ball hard and running. Used it very short to Strike, who kicks across his body. Falls a little bit short. Saylor forced to punch from behind, because that's where he was. Now it ends up with Murphy. Just got the kick away towards the half-back line, but straight to Aaron Black, and that could be 50. Going to be. Well, I think he was just a bit late there, Winter.
Yeah.
I think he was stiff because I don't think there was any malice in it.
Well, I think he was committed. Oh, so maybe not. Yeah, no.
It was just a bit unruly, and then he tried to protect him and say, "You okay, mate?" But it was too late. The umpire had made his mind up. So Black has come to a position of what? He's right in front, only 3 or 4 metres out. So he steers one through, and still West Perth keep coming. Aaron Black's kicked 2 goals in a very good game. West Perth supporters starting to find some voice. And the margin is back to just 12 points, Corbin.
You love it.
Bairstow, that is a stat not to be missed. We also won the war in 1945. Head works the ball forward, meeting it solid there. There was Van Berlo. He was dispossessed. It went to Gordon. Hand pass, taken cleverly by Black. Clever little pass by Black, and he's found Brown. So Black to Brown. Short pass across the half-forward line, and Fowler has taken the mark now. He has got a good kicking action. He's going back very purposefully. All of a sudden, the inside 50s have just dried up completely for South Fremantle. Fowler seems to have grown another leg. He's playing with some energy. He looks as though he's confident of kicking
12
this.
times inside 50, Lammy.
Yep.
West Perth to 5 in this last quarter.
There goes the kick from Fowler.
kick.
Goal umpire not worried about moving that one. Here come the Falcons. This could be one of the most unlikely victories I've seen for a long, long time. They have persevered. They're within a kick. West Perth 11-15 and South Fremantle 13-8. We have a game on our hands. This man here, Black, has been inspirational. He got it from Gordon, who's been terrific again as well. So too Brown.
Phil, just an update on Luke Tedesco. He split the actual webbing in his hand there, so he's actually getting a few stitches in it at the moment. He's been a good player. They need him back out there. Let's hope they can stop the bleeding.
Yep, and Fowler's now kicked 3 goals, Spin, and a good performance by him. I think we'll see and hear a lot more of Fowler.
Of course, spent a little bit of time on the Gold Coast Suns. At least played 8 matches in the VFL. And the year before, of course, the Gold Coast entered the AFL proper. Just 5 points now the margin. Black trying to get it forward again for West Perth. Out after it, there is Nelson. Got a hand pass going forward. Mariana picks it up for the Dogs. Hand pass out to Bairstow. In close quarters, Winter gave it off back to Mariana as he kicks inside the forward 50. Magumba the target and takes the mark. Wants to move it on quickly. They've got numbers running back in the corridor. Schleith stands underneath it and marks on his chest. He's about 40 out, almost directly in front.
He's been all right. I've liked him today. Sleuth.
Great play by Magumba to take that mark despite the attention of Flay, and then he had to hold his nerve and pinpoint that kick. It was a great finish by Magumba. Yeah.
Much needed goal for the Bulldogs. West Perth have kicked 6 of the last 7 in the game. Schleith back in the ones today after 27 disposals last week in the reserves. A goal already from the set shot. About 45 out. The goal umpire drifts a long way to his right. He's not happy with it. A behind for the Bulldogs. That was a straight kick.
Yep, a straight kick will tie it all up as Manning plays it to himself into the left back pocket. High kick up towards the wicket again. Magumba flew. Plays on. Kicks the ball back from whence it came into the goal square. High fly there by Saunders, and it's kicked through. Saunders, I think the player had got his boot to, and he did. Now the umpires are conferring it's going to be a goal, no doubt about that. So Saunders now has kicked 5 goals for the match, and that could in fact be the sealer.
He shakes the would-be tackle from Manning. Hand pass inboard. Finds Winter. He's got a fair bit of space in front of him. Has a bounce. Kicks inside 50. He was dealt with after the kick. And this should be a downfield free kick.
Gee, the umpire. It's the umpire. That was about 50 metres behind the play.
It's against Mark Crisp. Hip and shoulder on Winter.
Was it there, do you think?
Well, the umpire that paid it, Lammy, was a good 60 metres behind the play. He was the bloke from the West Perth forward line that paid that. And the umpire was running parallel to it, I thought, the bloke in charge. So
I thought Crisp had already braced himself for the contact by the time just as he was getting the ball on the boot.
Well, he's got a chance to kick his 6 there, Saunders.
He won for the first time last year in the Interclub Challenge comp against Clarence, and he kicked 3 goals that day. Claremont weren't very happy to lose him, but just couldn't squeeze him in their best 22. He fits in South Fremantle's, and he's kicked the last 2 to seal the game for the Bulldogs. 6 of his own for the afternoon. South out by 18 points at the 25-minute mark of the final term. So Head kicks to himself, takes a bounce, plays on and then goes long towards the outer wing. Bouncing footy out in front of Lacroix. And then just knocks it towards the boundary line. And the Bulldogs respond well from a derby defeat last weekend. It was a demolition today. They've done enough and they hang on. A spirited fight back from West Perth, the start of that final term. But as it turns out, the Dogs won every quarter. 7 points at quarter time. They're led by 17 at half time, 25 at three-quarter time, and have run out 26-point winners today over West Perth. 16-12, 108. West Perth 11-16, 82.